Go ahead and search it right now. AI certificate, AI training, AI tools. You'll find course after course. You'll find certification after certification. You'll find platform after platform. And that makes sense because AI is clearly a hard skill. That's not the debate. I'm not debating that at all. The question I keep coming back to is this. What if we became so focused on hard skills that we lost sight of the core ones? Not instead of AI, not an either or, but what did we quietly let go of while we were chasing speed, tools, and the need for everyone in our organization to have AI fluency? That's why today I want to talk to you about the value of human skill. Now, the Financial Times recently highlighted something happening inside of top consulting firms. And these top consulting firms have tremendous influence in how business is done around the world. One leader of one of the large consulting firms said that technology was so exciting. This process of embracing technology over the past few years was so exciting that people forgot about the other legs of the stool. And he said that this year, listen to these words, this year would be the year of cultural repair. Now, think about that word. Not transformation, not innovation, repair. That tells you something because now they're reinvesting in human skill. We're talking judgment, we're talking empathy, we're talking leadership, because for years, especially during the height of remote work, these skills dropped, according to the article in Financial Times. And now they're having to teach consultants all over again. They're having to teach them all over again. We'll throw some eyes in here because they got to learn how to read a room. They have to teach them how to understand people. And they have to teach them how to tell a story. Some of the most respected firms in the world are realizing they just can't invest in systems and tools and technical capability. They have to reinvest in human skills because the ability to read a room, to understand people, to communicate clearly, to make thoughtful decisions under pressure is what matters most right now. And one of the most interesting ideas in all of this is that some firms are saying they're open to hiring people with little or no knowledge of AI if they have a deep curiosity. Curiosity over certification. That says a lot. And I've seen this play out up close. A few years ago, I was working with a leadership team, smart people, experienced people. They had tools, they had data, they had dashboards, they were moving fast, meeting after meeting, decision after decision, but something fell off. They were revisiting the same conversations, decisions weren't sticking, alignment was weak, and people were leaving meetings with different interpretations of what just happened. And then when we slowed the room down, we realized the problem wasn't information. They had information. What they were missing was alignment, trust, clarity, insight about how they were showing up as leaders. And that's when it clicked for me. Speed. Moving really, really fast can create the illusion of progress, but without clarity, we're just moving really, really fast in different directions. And in a world with more data than ever, the problem usually isn't information, it's interpretation. So here's the image that keeps coming to mind, especially when I think about these three legs of a stool that was mentioned in this article from Financial Times, especially if we consider what it means to maintain a sense of leadership balance. Now, this first leg of the stool We can call it the technical leg. This is when we're talking systems, we're talking tools, we're talking AI capability, and we've invested a lot in the technical leg over the past several years. We also have this strategy leg. And this is when we start talking about planning and execution, priorities and decision making. And this third leg, this is the leg of human skill. This is judgment, it's empathy, communication, storytelling, leadership. And for a long time, we saw organizations lean heavily, put a lot of emphasis into the first two. Technical skills got stronger, strategy got sharper, but this third leg of human skill, it got weaker. Now, to be clear, you can operate like that for a while. Things can still move. We can hit deadlines. Meetings can happen. Outputs can be produced. But when the pressure shows up, because you know that pressure is coming sooner or later in every organization, pressure is going to show up. And the moment that pressure shows up, that weakness shows up too. It's the moment where things get complex, where people get tired, where uncertainty rises, when emotions start shaping decisions in the worst way. And those are the times when instability starts to show. Decisions don't stick. Teams misalign, trust erodes. This rework principle multiplies. We find ourselves having to redo things over and over and over again. Because it's not just about whether the stool can stand, it's about whether the stool can hold the weight of pressure. Most teams don't fall apart when things are easy. They fall apart when that pressure hits. And that third leg is not strong enough to hold. And that's what many organizations are realizing right now. Technology didn't break leadership. It just exposed where leadership was already weak. And AI, it can accelerate your output, but it cannot replace your wisdom. That's leadership. So what will you do with this? A simple way to think about it is to consider the following. It's being willing to pause, to process, to proceed. That's how we intentionally infuse human skill back into the work that we do. The first thing is making sure that we pause. And pausing is creating enough space so that we think before we react, or instead of just merely reacting. It's when we read the room, when we notice what's actually happening, not just what's written on the agenda. And according to the top consulting firms, we need to put some more emphasis into training around that skill. Then we process. Again, continuing to bring human skill into decision, bringing the human skill into the decision is vital. This judgment, this empathy, this sense of curiosity is when we ask, what am I missing? What's really going on here? What are people reacting to that we haven't said out loud? And then we proceed. We move forward. And now we have clarity on our side, additional clarity, not just speed, not just activity, not just responding to a few prompts, but also clarity. And when leaders do that, decisions stick, meetings get shorter, trust builds, rework stops. We reaffirm our commitment to human skill. Same team, different outcomes. So here's the question I want to leave with you. And I mean, really leave with you. How will you and your team reinvest in human skills? Not someday, not after next launch, not after next quarter, because the leaders who stand out right now are not the ones who just move fast. They're the ones who can read a room, They're the ones who can understand people, and they're the ones who can make thoughtful decisions when it matters the most.